This is a Nomatic Navigator 15-liter backpack that we bought 2 of when we started our trip this year because we needed, it's like a personal item for a carry-on. We bought 2 of them to hold our backpack and other stuff when we're traveling, and we wanted to make a review on it to see maybe
it will help someone to make a decision whether to buy this backpack or not. This backpack pairs very well with the carry-on luggage that we'll review after this. It has this strap, carry-on luggage bag on a handle, so it attaches and transforms everything into just perfect carry-on that you don't have to even worry about.
It's convenient when it's heavy, like if you have some stuff in there, and when you have to roll it all around the airport, that's convenient for your back. So yeah, that's definitely a good feature that I didn't even know about before.
So let's start with the feature that we just talked about. So it's 15 liters, but it can be transformed into 21 liters. This zipper takes just a second to undo, and you have immediately 21 liters, so you have 6 more liters available to you. What do you think about this feature? I think we use it many times.
Yeah, I mean, it's great when like you want to go through when you're checking in on your flight so that they don't say anything to you when you're actually in your destination, when you arrived like to a different country. You can use this feature when it opens up to go about your day, and you can put more stuff in there.
And not only it's good for traveling through airports, we also quite often use this backpack to do, for instance, grocery shopping or just walking around the city, and sometimes you buy like some things, or you need to put an extra camera, or perhaps you bought some groceries and you need a little bit extra space, and it comes handy.
Yeah, we actually wore it a few times in the rain, and it dries pretty fast after you come back.
Yeah, so the material that it's made of, it's called ballistic nylon, and it's very water resistant. It's also scratch resistant as well. As Christina just said, nothing got wet inside of the backpack. There's one feature that's very useful in this backpack, and these are these zippers that are kind of like locked from moisture getting into. So there's like a plastic wrapping cover behind the zipper, and so that is also an extra protection against rain.
Yeah, we wore it actually many days, like most days we wear them when we go somewhere to hikes and everywhere, and it's very comfortable backpack.
And then there's this, I think it's called sternum lock, so it locks here so the handles don't come off the straps. And also what I like about this backpack is these carvings kind of like on the back, so they provide some ventilation, so you don't get very sweaty when you wear it throughout the day. And it's very comfortable. These are this kind of like firm but still soft enough you know, to provide some cushion, but at the same time support for the back.
And it's not like a miracle backpack. It's not gonna like make you not sweat or anything, but it makes it probably easier because we've been using it for the past 4 months.
It's almost 5 months, yeah.
Almost 5 months non-stop. And it looks kind of like new, I would say, even though we wore it like practically every day for 5 months.
And then also another thing that I really like about these sternum straps is that not everyone has the same size, so I like how you can, you know, remove them and put them at the different positions. So they have these reflectors over here at the front, so when you walk at night, somebody can see you because they reflect the light. So when we travel through airport, we actually, these come off. They actually can be extended. Once they extend, you can put here somewhere your clothes.
You did that with your sweater often.
My sweater often. Some people even put their yoga mats.
We haven't used this feature, but it has like a water bottle holder on the side.
So it's this pocket right here.
A lot of pockets.
So the water bottle can be actually put right here. So this pocket extends, and so you can put the water bottle right here. The only problem is that, of course, it's going to, you know, not going to be sleek anymore. You have an item sticking out. I don't think you can put a bottle inside here. You can only put it outside, so there's no space for it to hide. That's a drawback for some people. So when we look inside, so that's the inside of the bag. So it has these 5 mesh pockets. Batteries, many things can fit in here. And they can be extended, so they're pretty spacious for the small bag. Also, at the bottom, there's this kind of like a bigger mesh pocket. And also you have here, zippered pocket. It has RFID safe space to put something inside here. And also there's another pocket right here. This can fit maybe like a relatively small size tablet.
Or like your wallet, maybe.
Yeah, maybe wallet or maybe...
And we put our passports also in some of these pockets.
So we like to put our passports into this pocket.
That's a convenient pocket we use often for our phones when we're walking around the city. So that's like, this pocket is like our everyday use pocket because the inner ones are just for traveling usually when we're going to the airport. And then I like the other pocket better when I'm walking on the outside.
Oh, that's right.
The side pocket.
So we have here a space for another pocket. So
because
it's right here.
I don't have to take off my backpack. I can just take off one of the straps. And then I can easily on the side pocket just put my phone.
Reach it, yeah.
My phone when we're navigating somewhere. For me, that's more convenient. But you like to use the top pocket more.
There's also, did you know there's a hidden pocket right here? So there's another zipper that unzips, and then you can hide.
Safety.
You can hide stuff here.
Without wallet, maybe.
Maybe passports. If you
and inside there, you often put the keys also.
Yes, exactly. So there's like kind of like a key holder right here.
There's the other zippered pocket compartment.
Another compartment is for the laptops, so it can fit in a 16-inch laptop.
Fortunately, I have a laptop that's 15 inches, but you have 17 inches and it doesn't fit. That's like the most unfortunate part, but that was very convenient to have our laptops with us on the plane, like under our seat instead of on top of the storage compartment.
And it fits perfectly, like the 15-inch laptop with no problem, but it can be 16 as well. And what I also like about this compartment is that there's ample amount of padding. Your gadget is protected from the front, and at the back there's this foam protection. But moreover, for instance, you accidentally drop your backpack, the bottom is also protected, the bottom of the laptop, because this pocket comes with something called false bottom. My hand reaches just only, if we look, just only somewhere here, and that's the max. So there's this much space in here that protects the laptop when the backpack hits the ground. And
you said that the zippers are tamper resistant?
Yeah, so some of these zippers, so for instance, if you want to protect from someone just trying to unlock, so you can have these zippers kind of like go inside of each other, and then like that. So when somebody tries to open it, it's not going to be like immediately quite easy here as well.
So when we're in the airport, that's what we use, not for every day though.
And then also this zipper over here, it can be, it goes inside of this
especially if there's a passport in there or something.
Locks, and then if you want to open it, it takes a little bit of fidgeting, and it's not that easy as it looks.
So overall it's very awesome backpack. It's great. I guess the only cons would be that it's a bit expensive. It's
a bit pricey if you're on a budget, but for us, because we travel often, for us the quality was very important, as well as many pockets, and
it's very durable.
And durability, as well as the extent that it can be extended, they were primary reasons why we bought it. Also, another thing to mention is that there are handles here as well, so you can hold it like that, or used as a briefcase. I guess you can stick these straps inside here.
Yeah, if you want better balance.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're walking with less weight.
It doesn't look pretty now, but if you extend the straps and you can carry it, so from this side it looks pretty.
We haven't used it like that, but
not really.
But maybe it's convenient for you. And does this come with the lifetime warranty, or just?
Yes, so they have a lifetime warranty pretty much on all their luggage, which is something that's not all the companies are doing.
Maybe like if buy this, it'll last you like 10 years, let's say, maybe even just 5 years, it'll still be worth it compared to other, because we had another backpack that we used for when we traveled, and it started, it also had like warranties and everything, but it just started falling apart.
Yeah.
Because of the fabric that it was made of. So because this is like a hard shell kind of backpack, I think it's gonna last us more years, and the price is gonna be worth it in the end.
Absolutely.
And I guess the other con is that it depends on like what you use it for, but if you like travel and use just backpack as your carry-on, maybe it's gonna be too small if you want like a bigger one that they sell.
Yeah, so they have a bigger version. I mean, they have different versions of similar backpacks, and so you can actually use that backpack that I just mentioned as a just carry on by itself, but you have to carry it on
but
straps.
I like the fact that it's small.
Yeah, so I think that's the main reason why we even bought it. It's
I
it's
wouldn't
compact,
think it's a con.
it's small, and fits everything. It's very sleek. And the hard shell, I really like how it stays in place. Like if you look at other backpacks that we used to own, they all like kind of like you just put them and they just start falling to the sides. They don't hold the shape. So I really like this backpack. And another con that I would mention maybe is that it's comes in a black color. So maybe some people prefer like maybe different colors, functional.
I mean, I like that it's black. It doesn't stand out or anything.
Exactly.
If you're using it to travel, and it's not gonna because it looks very nice, right? And because it's black, it doesn't stand out as much. Because if it was a different color and it looked this nice, maybe it'll grab attention that like you're rich or something.
Exactly. So if you're all about functionality, you like durability and quality, then maybe paying this price they're selling it for is worth it.
Yeah, but if you're just not sure yet and just traveling for maybe like half a year or less, or I don't know, maybe then it's not worth it because things can change very often. If you're not traveling or just using it in your everyday life, it may not be convenient for you to just spend so much money and then you're not going to use it. That's the only like con if you're definitely not going to use it. So this is the other part of our luggage that we take when we travel that we have been doing for the past 5 months. So we bought in this year this Nomatic carry-on luggage.
It's a classic version. They also have a professional one. They differ in terms of this like a separate tag compartment. If you like to travel with your gadgets and you really need a separate compartment, we don't. We like to have everything just like in one space and choose how to use it. So that's the classic version.
So it's 22 the height by 14th width and 9 in all inches. And it satisfies the requirements for carry-on luggage, and it looks pretty small compared to other luggages when we traveled.
It will fit all their airlines requirements as far as the carry-on luggage size goes. So let's talk about things that we really like about this.
Yeah, so we've been, I guess, in 4 times through the airport security already with this luggage, and we actually bought another one of these because we liked it so much. And
yeah, so we first bought we bought 2 Navigators backpacks, but we only bought this one,
because we had another one.
Yeah, we had another one. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, so we tested it out. Really liked it.
I guess with the one difference compared to the other one we have is that this is a hard shell.
Yeah, so the hard shell kind of constrains you in terms of how many things you can fit in, because the soft shell it can expand a little bit, so it's pliable. Versus this is just you have the hard shell and that's it.
But the hard shell is also like if you have clothes, it keeps them compressed.
Exactly.
Whereas if you have the soft shell, it looks like you have like a huge luggage when you don't.
Yeah, so it starts like bulging out and it doesn't look pretty.
And sometimes it doesn't fit. You have to like compress it a little bit with your hand. With the overhead bin, it's great that it's a hard shell for multiple reasons, because it's more weatherproof, and not even weatherproof if it like falls or something. And you have your gadgets in there.
Yeah, so it's protected. So it's made of the
Macrolon polycarbonate.
Yeah, so it's a special material. Nomatic says it's the strongest in its class. They have different videos where they demonstrate how they hit it with a sledgehammer, and pretty much like the bag kind of like just flies away, hits the ground for multiple meters, and nothing happens to it. That's like extreme abuse, and it still stays in one piece.
Yeah, and I guess the other main part about what I liked about it is the wheels.
Yeah, so the wheels are amazing. They're by Hinamoto company. So the Hinamoto wheels, they're silent. They're top-of-the-line wheels. They don't make any sounds, and when you roll, they roll like a butter, right?
Yeah, and they are 360 degrees, so when you turn, they turn with you. So it's very nice in the airport. So our other luggage bag, it has wheels as well, but sometimes in the airport, when the hallway is not very sleek, it doesn't roll as well as these wheels do. Very nice to not strain like your energy when you're tired in the airport, so you just roll them easily. And yeah, when actually we arrived in one of our destinations, from the airport we could walk to our Airbnb, and when we walked, it was an island in Greece called Ikaria, and when we walked along the road, it was pretty rough road. It was asphalt road. It was pretty rough, and they handled it pretty well, whereas our other luggage, I think one of the wheel caps, something fell off during that.
Yeah, so basically the wheel on that other bag just broke. The outer shell just came off and it stopped rolling smoothly. So it's a broken bag,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
still usable, but not convenient anymore. But this one is still okay.
It took a lot of abuse during that ride, and it's still, it's just barely anything.
So Nomatic says that they can last for years, the wheels. So this luggage, it comes with white KK zippers, and they have this combination lock that is compliant with the TSA requirements. That's very convenient to use instead of, you know, getting a separate lock that hangs out of your...
You don't need a lock. The lock just, it's a combination lock with numbers. It's perfect. Like these zippers, they will last for years, I think. I think that's the problem with many zippers on other bags we used to own, is that they start breaking. And once they break, like, what do you do about that? You try to put like thumbtack, or what do you do about it? I mean, it's pretty much a broken bag after that. But these are so solid, they just won't break, I think, easily.
So as you mentioned, we can put that Nomatic backpack on our...
Oh yeah, so these are the 3-sectional aluminum handles. It's very durable. We can see that we put a lot of pressure on it during our trips. We kind of abuse it from time to time. It still kind of handles pretty well. And as Christina said, you can put your backpack that we...
It has a strap. It's by the same company.
And you just slide it in. You can just carry it easily.
Yeah, and our other backup luggage, I think it's called Ricardo.
So another luggage that we have is called Ricardo. It's kind of a funny name for a company. And so another problem with that bag is that the handle broke. So you basically can just kind of open it with 1 or 2 sections. And then when you want to close it, it just gets stuck, and you have to like wiggle.
Yeah, wiggle it back and forth. But it still works, but it's not the material, it's a little bit flimsy, so I think it's either plastic or stainless steel or something.
It's probably aluminum, but it has a lot of plastic components in it, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, so it feels kind of like it's gonna break.
Flimsy.
Yeah, so that's why you wobble it to get it to close, but you're afraid it's gonna break.
And that happened pretty fast, if I remember correctly, like within a year.
And we haven't used it that much before, or maybe a little bit.
But this, as I said, we abused this handle quite often on our travels.
But it's been only in these 5 months. I said that we've been in four different travels in airports, like different separate date, 4 I think, or maybe even 5.
But we also walked a lot, like on the island from the airport to the house. There was a long walk through like different terrain.
And even in the island, like sometimes after that incident where we dragged it along the road, afterwards, like when we went short distances, you would take it in your hands when we walked along the road instead of rolling it, just in case, and you use that strap.
So the handles are also by Hinomoto, and I love them. And the reason is a very unique feature that they have. So first they tested it out. Like I feel like sometimes like I take it, it's gonna break, but it's really durable. Like it doesn't, like it stays in place.
You would take the side handle often when you walked.
Yeah, so there's a second one, as Christina just said. But what I really like about it, so on a regular bags, it sticks out. It's ugly, like big handle. But here, look, it's very sleek, and when you don't need it, it kind of like hides itself. And it's very good because if you put your bag somewhere or somebody puts things out, it doesn't get like snagged in it. So it's just kind of like hidden. Yeah, so the problem with that bag, so the zippers pretty much are on the brink of breaking, and this handle, it broke, or it's kind of like gets stuck, and then the wheel is just kind of done. So I think that bag is done pretty much.
When we bought it, Ricardo, it looked very nice, blue and shiny, and it looked sleek and everything. We bought it like Marshalls or something for like 50 maybe bucks. So it wasn't too expensive, but it's been pretty fast, deteriorated pretty fast. But this one costs significantly more, but it's gonna last us much longer, I think. And it's just much more comfortable to use when you're traveling. So it's gonna be like 3 times more as far as the price goes, but it might last you 3 times more, and it's gonna be more comfortable. comfortable.
Yeah, that's exactly the point that Christina is making, is that on the other side you can think about like, oh, it's pricey, so you can buy like for this price 3 bags, but as she said, that they're gonna start most likely breaking down. But most importantly, when you travel, you don't want things start breaking down on you when you travel, like you're in the middle of going through somewhere. You want things to last and last when they need you really need them. And then when it starts breaking,
or if you're traveling full time, for example,
yeah,
you can't make them break because you'll have to buy something else.
Yeah, and that's a problem. When they start breaking in you and there are no like back shops around, what do you do?
And yeah, you have the lifetime warranty.
The great thing about this bag is that, as you can see, you can open it and it stands, which is pretty amazing for the bag. So first, let's start with this compartment. So everything is very well organized here.
One thing that I must mention is that we only travel with carry-ons, right? This year especially, just for like ease of not checking in bags and paying for the checked-in bags, just not having too much luggage to carry around all the time. And
it can get lost as well. Or you don't have to pick it up.
Yeah, and weights and stuff. And sometimes like when you're flight, like in DC, for example, in Dallas, if some international flights are only like 3 hours, you can check in your bags 3 hours or something before the flight. But if you want to go to the lounges, and there are like 4 lounges and even a restaurant, you can check in online and then go early in the morning if your flight is late, and then just visit all the lounges, spend all the time you need, and then visit the flight, and you don't have to check in your bag. So we have to just pack everything that we need in this bag.
Yeah, so we pack everything into this bag, and then the Navigator is the second bag. And that's it. That's all we travel like for per person. So there's like an organizer. So there's basically this huge compartment. I say huge, for me it looks pretty spacious. Well, there are many things that you can fit in here. So this cover has a few pockets here. Pretty nice mesh. And there's a second one right here. Inside they have these other 2 pockets. They also have zippers on them, so you can maybe put something that's fragile.
And keep in mind, like this, all of this again is like for a minimalistic person.
So this can be removed. You can fold it or extend it like that. And then so you pack all your stuff in here, put this inside, and then you have these magnetic straps. Pretty much they just kind of lock this in one place, and then you kind of lock this. But it's very easy. So you pack everything here, then you put this on top, and then you use these magnetic straps. They are very, very convenient. I love them actually. They are easy to close and then readjust.
When it's just an empty compartment like this, you can imagine like how much everything fits, but when you see like the stuff inside, that will show another video, then you'll see it.
So what are the cons, I guess, pros and cons?
Like the cost, I guess, is the...
So first, it's just a bit pricey for a budget traveler. I guess that's the main thing, and because as we said, even with the price, you save by not having to buy many bags many times, and they don't break on you when you really need them. Another thing that I maybe mention a little bit is that it can when you put it somewhere, it can scratch a little bit, but then I took a wet towel and just kind of wipe it off, and everything just voila disappears. So it still looks as new.
I mean, you can't really say any cons except for like the price. It's pretty good, but it's like an investment, so you can buy it if you travel a lot. If you don't travel a lot, then yeah, you can think about it. Maybe it'll be better to just buy something at Ross or Marsh, $50 instead of $300.
So if you're thinking about buying this bag, please consider taking a look at the link that we provided in the description. So it helps us to support our channel if you make a purchase through that link on the Nomatic website.
Yeah, and also if you want to just read everything in detail or just get all this information in written format, you can check out our blog post on this subject as well. We
highly recommend it, and give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos about traveling.
Travel tips and travel guides as well.
See you next time.